Reiss's Pieces, an exploration into the puzzles, toys, games, and products of Reiss Games Incorporated, as well as spin-off versions of those products. The company was also known as Reiss Sales Associates, Paragon Reiss Incorporated, and Reiss Toys, with products also marketed by and for Romany Merchandise Corporation, Hoi Polloi Incorporated, Gamut of Games Incorporated, Miscellanea Limited, and Game Time Incorporated. Maybe you've played one of these games or got stuck on one of their puzzles. Sit back and enjoy learning about each of these various products as we take you on an in-depth look at these items. Episode 007, style number 316-250, from Gordian Knot to Licorice Stix. Solve that one. Now, time for another puzzle. Which of these should I choose? The Gordian Knot by Hoi Polloi, the Gordian Knot by Romany Merchandise, the Licorice Stix version 1, or Licorice Stix version 2 by Reiss. I think I'll take the Hoi Polloi version. Gordian Knot. A puzzling knot to be untied, then retied, if you can. Kings have tried to untie this knot. You'll find that simple. Kings did not have to retie the knot. But you do. When you've discovered you're not a king, send 25 cents a stamped, self-addressed envelope to Hoi Polloi Incorporated, and we'll send you the correct solution. Gordian Knot is made of genuine walnut. Now let's open this thing and see if we can solve it. So I'll open it. Yeah. 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 Ooh. You can see the stain. You can see the wood stain on this side too. If you're wondering about how this box unfolds, I'm going to show you that real quick. I've already taken off the plastic. Come on up. There you go. There's that one. This one. And between. There we go. There. That in. There's that. Drill in here. Push in here. Flatten that out. Open. Go over here. Open this side. Hooked right there. There we go. Strength. Character. Standard, also known as the Standard Folding Trays / Cartons Company, now known as the Standard Group for their packaging products. Jackson Heights, New York. This is what the box looks like when it's flattened. That's a puzzle in itself. Hoi Polloi Incorporated, marketed by Reiss, New York, 10,001, made by Hoi Polloi Incorporated, 150 Fifth Avenue, New York, New York, 10,011. Copyright 1972, Hoi Polloi Incorporated. Made in USA. Style number 260-350. That last number, I think, was the price. $3.50. Pretty easy. See this side or this side? What's on this side? See if I can get it back into plastic without ripping it. Here you go, you can look at this. These two are pointed exactly like this. These two pointed like this. These two pointed like this. And these ones right here, you can see they're pointed like this. You can't push this or this out, but you can't push this. Won't go any further. Can push it out. So take this one out, and this one here. 3 left. Move this one next. And this piece here. And this one. And finally this one. One, no knots, 4 knots, 4, 2, 2, 2, 2 again, 2, 4, 1, 2 dots, and 1 here. 1, 2, 1. Blank here. Now put it together. This one, and this one will save till last. These 3 will save till last. So now we just got to worry about these 3. We're going to start with this piece here, and then you got to find one of these 2 pieces that'll fit in here. You want open space on top, and you want it to slide past here. But if you try this one, see, it's blocking this way, and it's blocking this way. So this is the piece you want. Slide it up. You want the small end, 3 centimeters here, 4 centimeters on this side. You want the small side facing up, empty space. This side you also want the large side, the small side facing up. So this and these will connect in the center. Take this one, slip it in through the back. Take this one, slide it in. It'll go down into this little notch here. And take this one, slide it in, lock them all into place. And you solve the puzzle. That was a pretty simple puzzle, wasn't it? Now let's put it back in the box. Just slides down in like that. And it's back in the box, almost as good as new. On to number 2. Released 2 years later by Romany Merchandise Corporation. Gordian Knot. Noun. Definition 1. A knot tied by Gordius, a king of Phrygia, not to be confused with a Phrygia. Held to be capable of being untied only by the future ruler of Asia. Definition 2. An intricate problem, ESP, a problem insolvable in its own terms. Kings tried to untie this knot. You'll find that easy, but kings did not have to retie the knot. You do. Gordian knot is solvable, but there will be times when you won't believe it. 6 pieces interlock to form the knot as you see it now. When all else fails and you are fit to be tied, take a peek at the secret solution to Gordian knot enclosed in this package, made by Romany Merchandise Corporation.
1150 Broadway, New York, New York, 10001. Style number 3316. Copyright 1974. Romany Merchandise Corporation. Made in USA. Kings have tried to untie this knot. You'll find that easy. Kings did not have to retie this knot, but you do. Solution enclosed. Time to open version 2 and take a look and see what's inside. This time it's made of plastic. Holding tray number 1, the puzzle itself, holding tray number 2, the instruction booklet says Reiss. And just an empty little spot here, so that you can see right through that section there. Here's the complete contents of the package. The puzzle itself, a solution sheet, and 2 holding trays. Notice that the instruction booklet says Reiss, while the outside of the box doesn't say Reiss anywhere on it. Made by Reiss Games Incorporated, 230 Fifth Avenue, New York, New York, 10001, and 1482 North Batavia, Orange, California, 92,667. And if you look right here, and by the way, this isn't our only puzzle. Take a peek on the back side of this sheet and discover more fun in store for you. But there's no attached sheet that shows that there are other puzzles. The first thing you might notice about this puzzle is it's made out of plastic instead of wood. The second thing you might notice is these little X's here. Mag-Nif did this earlier in their puzzles. The third dimension, number 1 and number 2. The first one was a 6 by 6 by 6, and this one was 12 by 12 by 12. As far as I know, they never created a 2 by 2 by 2 version. Reiss eventually made their own 6 by 6 by 6 version, and it also had these little X's. So now let's take the puzzle apart and see if it's the same solution. This version of the puzzle is fairly easy to find the key piece. Can you find it? I'll give you a few seconds. If you can find it, here it is. These 2 little dots right here. There's a little dot there, little dot there. You sort of lock it. You got to sort of push it right past that. Rather stiff because these 2 little dots right there. Next, same piece. 2 there, 4 there. Take this one off. 4 there. Same here. This one slides out. This one slides out. Put it together. They're the mirror versions. And here's the center version. So it is exactly the same puzzle. 1, 2 pieces there, 4 pieces on this side, 4 pieces here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 there, 2 there, 2 here, 2 there, 1 dot dot, 1 here, and then 2 here. Here's the puzzle disassembled, but if you follow the instructions, you have this piece. You set it here, but you're not told if this is the small side or the long side, so you could end up making the puzzle wrong. And it'll look something like this. Notice these two sides don't match. Put it together. Matches. It'll still go together, but these two pieces will be off sides. Now that you know how to do that, try solve the puzzle a different way. Make each piece slightly off-center and see if your friends can solve it that way. To the small side facing towards us. Small piece facing down instead of up. Come on, get back in there. Come on, get in there. Now, this could be straight, but we'll slightly off-center it. These two are off-center. These two are off-center. These two are off-center. So each one's slightly off-center. There's the second version of the puzzle. Not quite as pretty, but hey, it's something else to try. When packaging this puzzle, I think this cheat sheet was once behind this panel here, so people couldn't accidentally see the cheat sheet. But they probably couldn't find it, so I think they probably started putting it in the bottom. If you have two of these, one good and one bad, I suggest putting the good one on the bottom, support the puzzle, and put the puzzle in. Try to stick it up as straight as you can. Take the other piece, center it, and then close her up. There's the Romany version. Now let's try the Reiss version. Same style with the holes. A later version came without the holes. So let's see if this puzzle is exactly the same as the first one. Here's the contents of the package. As I said before, all the pieces are the same, except of course this little catalog here. These pieces, the Equilibrium by Reiss was eventually called the UFO. Licorice Stix was called the Gordian Knot. The Torment was called the Cell Block. The Star, as far as I know, was never released by Romany. And then the Multiplicity, known as Licorice Stix. And now we got one more version to look at. The completely boxed version. Here are the two Reiss versions, front to front. Solution sheet, but this time no catalog, and no little message down here. So basically a budget version, just like I think this was probably a budget version of this one. And if you look right here, style number 316, on here 3316. Copyright 1974, copyright 1974. So instead of the plastic, we just get some paper. Is it assembled or disassembled? We still get it assembled. And this time there's no little compartment in there. Let's see if we can find the little dots. I don't see them this time. Yep, there they are. Little dot there, little dot over here. Little dot there, little dot there. So let's see if this is the same exact puzzle and the pieces. Here's the complete contents of the package. All the pieces are exactly the same, except of course the instruction sheet that does not have the little message here that the Gordian Knot version did. That mentioned the catalog because they finally removed the catalog. So, now, let me read you a story. Licorice Stix. Don't let the sweet little bundle of licorice-like sticks fool you. Though they're simple as candy to pull apart, putting them back together again is a sticky business. Try as you might, these 6 interlocking pieces will stump you at every turn. When frustration gets too great, you can always look at the secret solution enclosed in this package. A word of caution, you cannot solve licorice sticks by eating them. Made by Reiss Games Incorporated, New York, New York, / Orange, California. A subsidiary of National Paragon Corporation. The Creative Recreation Company. Style number 316-250. I think that's the price. Copyright 1974, Reiss Games Incorporated. Made in USA. Licorice Stix. This sweet little bundle of licorice-like sticks is simple as candy to pull apart, but putting them back together again is a sticky business. Reiss. Before I put this puzzle away for the last time, I wanted to show you these little tabs here, which is different than the earlier version. Other than that, the text is the same on both versions, both the whole version and the uncut version. The internal structure of the puzzle is also the same, whether it's the Reiss version, the Romany merchandise version, or the Hoi Polloi version. However, there are versions like this that are completely different. This one is by Original Pussy, or Original Pussycat, a German company, I think from the 1980s, called the Triple Knot. Its internal structure is completely different. According to William D. Turner in a 1958 patent, there are 47 different ways these pieces can be created, creating 6-piece puzzles similar to this, but with each with a different solution. Here, the pieces used for this puzzle are numbers 1, 3, 4, 6, 12, and 18. However, it seems that the original patent used for this puzzle was made by James W. Kaiser from April 2nd, 1918. It was titled there as the Martese block puzzle, although there are examples of this type of puzzle from much earlier. The first known image of this style of 6-piece interlocking puzzle is from a French artist named Sébastien Leclerc in an image called The Académie des Sciences et des Beaux-Arts from 1698. The image was later reused in a 1728 book called Cyclopedia, or an Universal Dictionary of Arts and Sciences, as the frontispiece of Volume 1, but the image flipped from right to left. The first known depiction of one of its possible internal structures is seen in the 1755 Spanish book titled Engaños a ojos vistas y devotion de trabajos mundanos, vendana ilícitos o juegos de manos, tricks in plain sight, and diversions for mundane jobs, founded on lawful games of the hands, by Pablo Mignet y Ayrul. There was an earlier version of this book printed in 1733, but did not include this drawing or this puzzle. This puzzle was called the Juego de enlazar 6 palitos, the game of linking 6 sticks. The image shows 4 of the 6 pieces, with an explanation that a second, piece number 3, and a solid uncut piece are also to be made. Here also are some examples of how he was credited in his various books. The book would be retitled Juego de Manos, Games of the Hands, for a 1847 edition. and updated over 100 years later by an author known as Vindex, with at least 13 editions of this version. In 1893, Professor Hoffman, pseudonym of Angelo John Lewis, featured an illustration of the Knot puzzle, which featured a different set of pieces. This time all the pieces were different from each other. In his book Puzzles Old and New, page 106, with solutions on pages 139 and 140. These had different internal pieces from the Hoi Polloi, Romany, and Reiss versions. In 1913, 2 versions of this puzzle can be seen in C.J. Felsman's Magic and Novelties catalog. Novelties, jokes, tricks, puzzles, magic from all over the world and everywhere else. Pages 19 and 22. One of these puzzles had the title The Mikado Block Puzzle, with an error in the illustration showing only 5 of the 6 pieces, and a second version of the same puzzle, but without the box. Around the time of World War II, the puzzle seemed to have gotten the name The Yamato Block Puzzle, in a similar style box. Other versions of this puzzle were released as Interlock, made by the Crestline Manufacturing Company, catalog number 506, from around the year about 1969. The Crestline version did not have a solution sheet. The Triple Knot puzzle, possibly from the 1980s, by Original Pussy or Original Pussycat, item number 2265. An additional number was added to the puzzle if it was color or black and white. The black and white puzzle was number 80, and the colored version was number 40. Both of these had a different internal structure than the Reiss Games version. The following puzzles had the same internal structure as the Reiss version. Brain Teaser, Casse-Tete, Brain Bender Puzzle, possibly from the early 2000s, a generic title for various puzzles made by Greenbrier International Incorporated, aka Dollar Tree. Here are 5 versions of the same puzzle, each with a solution sheet. If you wanted a solution for the Interlock puzzle, you had to pay 25 cents to the Crestline Manufacturing Company, and they'd send you a solution sheet. A UK company called Professor Puzzle released 2 versions of this puzzle in their Great Minds series. The first version was called Franklin's Kite Puzzle, and were released in a 5-pack. The second is Da Vinci's Cross Puzzle, or simply Da Vinci's Puzzle. It was released in a separate individual package, so you didn't have to buy the entire set. Despite the names, both were the exact same puzzle. Wood Brain Benders, sometimes called Solid Wood Brain Benders, was released by Cardinal in the early 2000s. 7 puzzles were released in the Classic Collection series by them, with the first 4 having their own individual name. This one was called the Cross Puzzle. In total, 8 puzzles were released in the series. These original 5 in 1974, and then these 3 were re-released in small miniature versions in 1978, along with these 3 new puzzles. Hopefully someday I'll be able to show you each of them and their solutions. Remember to like and subscribe.